Middle Eastern sun was down, the cold envelope of night having closed around Jerusalem. The streets of the old stone city were emptying as stragglers stumbled home. All over town, oil lamps yielded the last of their flickering lights, and embers lay dying in the hearths. But in a tiny room near the temple, a man named Asaph was awake, sitting blanket enfolded on the edge of a small bed. His world was in ruins, and though exhausted, he couldn't sleep. Finally, he lit his lamp and started reading his Bible. His mind recalled the miracle at the Red Sea, the story in Exodus 14, when the waters parted, allowing the children of Israel to escape the pursuing armies of Pharaoh. Asaph later recorded his thoughts in Psalm 77, where, after describing his anguish, he turned his thoughts to the power of God in the days of old. He said, "You made a way through the sea and paths through the deep waters, but your footprints were not seen. You led your people like a flock, using Moses and Aaron." In that story, in that God, Asaph found overcoming strength. Just think of it. The winds blew, the sea split, the waters congealed into towering walls, and the Israelites passed through dry shod. This happened not for the entertainment value of the experience, but to prove to us in earth-shaking, history-making fashion that even when we are the most anxious and distressed, God will make a way when there seems to be no way. I, too, am an Asaph. Not long ago, I was flying from Athens to New York, dealing with a problem that had reduced me to a bundle of nerves. Someone I loved was in trouble. Gazing down on the choppy Atlantic, I asked God for His help, then opened my Bible. Today's reading, as it happened, was from Exodus 14. The seat beside me was vacant, but as I began reading, I felt as though the Lord Himself were sitting beside me, tutoring me through the passage. Like Asaph, I found that Exodus 14 provides a biblical method to process difficulties by faith in the light of God's almighty presence, providence, promises, and power. The Red Sea may roll before us. The desert may entrap us. The enemy may press on our heels. The past may seem implausible and the future impossible. But God works in ways we cannot see. In Isaiah 43, the Lord says, "I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. He will make a way of escape for His weary but waiting children."
It is certain that we will face difficulties and that God will allow them. Moses and the Israelites found themselves caught between the devil and the deep Red Sea. So are we sometimes overwhelmed by life's problems. But God delivered the Israelites, and He will deliver us too.
I was facing some difficulties, opened up my Bible, found Exodus chapter 14, and saw some principles there about dealing with difficulties that I'd never seen before.
In the Red Sea Rules, author Robert J. Morgan offers 10 sound strategies for moving from fear to faith, revealing how even in the midst of seemingly impossible situations, God has promised to make a way for us.
The same Lord who led them in, led them out.
We would like to send you a copy of this book as a thank you for your ministry support. Please write to us, order online at crossroads.ca, or call 1-800-265-3100.